Hello everybody and welcome back to Old World Soap Shop. Today I'm so excited to share with you another recipe. It's one of my favorites. It's something that goes on your face. Can you guess what it is? It's not a toner. It's not face wash. It is clay masks. So that's what I mentioned in my previous video, and yes, we are doing that today. And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about why I use clay masks, studies that have been done. So first of all, it has been said that clay masks will help unclog pores, which is very important in oily skin like mine. I have combo skin, which is oily and dry. So you do want to be careful with the dry part because clay masks do dry out your skin. That is why it is also important to follow it with a moisturizer or a toner or something like that. So it helps in that excess oil production. It helps with shiny foreheads, which I really don't have a problem with shiny foreheads, but I do have a problem with oily skin elsewhere. So those of you who do have a problem with it though, clay masks help. With skin impurities, it helps. This is like one of the most important things for me, is that it helps blood circulation beneath your skin. It helps your oxygen circulation, your collagen production. And there is something that is called cutaneous vasodilation. And that is what causes the blood to kind of like rush to the surface. You can feel it happening. You can feel your skin getting a little bit hot. You can feel the mask tightening your skin, and this does a really good job at it. This recipe does. It is recommended though that you do not allow your mask to dry completely. You want to wait until it's most of the way dry, and then you rinse it off. And then you probably will let it go for 6 minutes or so. I don't ever like to go over 6 minutes, so you can set a timer if you want. And let's see, clay draws things out, if you've heard about that. A lot of people will eat clay in their diet because it does help to bind things to it and draw out impurities within the body. And so it kind of does the same thing on the outside of your skin also. Be careful with allergies. I'm going to go over the allergy list in the recipe, the ingredient list in just a minute, so that you can see if you're allergic to anything in here. You can just omit it. You can sub it with something else. There are spices. This is a perfect holiday, recipe, or any time, but I think it's fun to give away around Christmas time because it does smell very good, and you'll find out why in a minute. But before that, a lot of people, if they don't want it to be too drying, if you do have dry skin but you still want to do a clay mask on your skin, which is only recommended once a week, you don't really want to go beyond that. A once a week clay mask treatment is a good place to start and stay. But a lot of people will just add a little bit of glycerin into their recipe. Now, this recipe does not have glycerin added into it, but that is because after I wash my face off, I will apply my handmade toner that I make with vitamin E oil and rosehip oil and glycerin. So there is glycerin in the toner that I will use, and it really does make my skin feel so refreshed and nourished after I'm done with the clay mask and everything. So because of that cutaneous vasodilation, it can cause your face to get a little bit red and hot. And I just wanted to say again, that is why I do not let masks ever sit on my skin over 6 minutes or fully dry. Because it can be irritating if you leave it on too long. Like, I left mine on one time for 15 minutes, and I'll never do that again because I had splotches all over my face. And I mean, the mask works, and you can see that by how it looks, how it feels afterwards. You can feel that the blood has rushed to your skin, and that's why your skin can end up blotchy also if you leave it on too long. And so just no more than 6 minutes. My blotchy skin did go away after probably like 45 minutes, but it was 45 minutes too long. So I'm very careful, like even to set an alarm to just go no more than 6 minutes, and then to apply a toner afterward. And that's why you also don't want to be doing it too much. I think once a week is fine. I don't even do it that often, but when I get into the rhythm of it and I really, set a goal to work on my skin, that's typically what I'll do, just once a week. You can like mark it on your calendar every Monday or every Sunday night or whatever. Okay, so without further ado, we're gonna get into the ingredients. And then you can always switch these clays out for different clays that you have. Like if you have rose kaolin clay or green clay, you can use whatever you want. Today I am working though with a combination of bentonite clay and kaolin clay. We're putting activated charcoal in there. We're putting raw cocoa powder. This is part of the reason it smells so good. And then the other reason are because of these spices. So we've got turmeric, and we've got nutmeg, cinnamon, and ginger. So that's bentonite clay, white kaolin clay, raw cocoa powder, activated charcoal, turmeric, nutmeg, cinnamon, and ginger. So there are 8 ingredients that I'm using. You can always just use one clay, and that's fine. And then I will go over how much I used of everything. I'm going to turn the camera down so that you can see my beautiful plate that I made full of, I could probably just do it like this actually. But here's the kaolin clay, and that, I'm gonna tilt you down. It works much better like that. Okay, so here we are with our ingredients. I'm just gonna use this pencil. We've got right here, we've got kaolin clay, and we've got half of a tablespoon. And then over here we have cocoa powder, which is a full tablespoon. This is bentonite clay, which is a half tablespoon. Let's see. Over here is activated charcoal, the black stuff, which is just 1 teaspoon. It just kind of feathered out. It looks like a lot more than that. That's only a teaspoon of activated charcoal. And then we have 1 teaspoon of ground turmeric, right there, the yellow stuff. And we have a 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg, cinnamon, and ginger. So those are your ingredients for this recipe. Remember, you can swap things out if you have something else, and you can swap some clays out. You can just use one of the clays and just make it into a tablespoon instead of half tablespoon, which is what I did because there was a book a long time ago that I got this recipe from. Well, a couple years ago, that's not that long. And it said either or. And so this is how I recorded it and wrote it down. And so now we're just going to combine these. That's really all there is to it. It's the most simple thing. And then I'll explain to you what you are going to do when you use it. So we'll just dump this, kind of scoop it off into this cute little bowl. And I'm sure you can get several uses out of this. I use about 1/4 to 1/8 of a teaspoon every time I apply it. I just mix water in with it, a little bit of water. And if you think about how many tablespoons, half tablespoons, 1/4 teaspoons that we use in here, this is going to give you quite a bit of uses. So after you're done mixing, just put a lid on it, and you can store it in your bathroom, in your cupboard, wherever. And if you want, you can tape some instructions to it or something. They have, if you want to give it away for gifts, you can do that too. That would be a fun gift, and it's easy. There are some bags that you can get off different websites where you just scoop it out if you wanted to like triple this and make a few different bags for, you know, a couple, 2 or 3 uses for a friend or a family member or something, you can scoop a couple, like maybe 3, measure out 3 of the 1/4 teaspoons and put it into a bag, and you can actually take an iron to the top of after you sealed it, and it will completely seal it shut. So it just looks really nice and professional. And then you can actually print some free labels off Canva. You can go into your local store. I know my Fred Meyer or Kroger will carry labels that you can just, they're Avery labels, and you can find the avery.com website. It will instruct you on the package that you get, and you can print out those stickers on your computer talking about, you know, what kind of mask it is. You could like name it the best clay mask ever, or, you know, if your friend's name is Katie or something, Katie's crazy cool clay mask or something like that, you know. And then you could put a fun picture, you can stick a little bow on it, be a fun gift or fun to sell. So I am selling a few of these currently at the store that I sell at. So this is ready for use. You just want to make sure everything's fully mixed in. All right, so I just measured this out just in case you're curious, and I got 28 1/4 teaspoons. So if you're using a 1/4 teaspoon for your mask, then you'll get 28 times of using it. So that's a pretty good deal, especially when you have most of the ingredients at home. So I really hope you try this recipe. It's a lot of fun. It's I love it. I love the feeling on my skin. I don't make medical claims or anything like that, but I do notice that it does help my oil production, and so it's a great recipe to try. I hope you give it a shot, and let me know what you think down in the comments if you did. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye.